Okay, hey everyone. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. We have a good bit to do and we don't have a lot of time, so I want to go ahead and get us started where we can get to what we're needing to do today. So today we're going to be talking about summaries and what it takes to develop a good understanding summary of what you read in the text, okay? So if you don't know, well, let me ask this. What is a summary? Does anybody know? Yes. Yes, pretty much. So a summary is you gather the main idea and key points of what you read in a book, say, or text, or your textbook, whatever it may be, a movie you watched, and you put in a paragraph what the main idea and the key points and details are that you read, just into a shorter version. So if this is like 20 pages long, I'm doing it in one paragraph, okay? So we need to make sure to always include the most important details into our summary, okay? In our own words. So what we're going to do today is we are going to read the book aloud. I'm going to read the book actually to you. And those packets on your desk are this book, and you're going to follow along with me. I feel like when I'm reading, it is easier for me to follow along with somebody as they're reading it to me, where I can understand the text better, or maybe I need to go back and read something myself, kind of to help me remember what I'm reading and what I'm reading about. So, we're going to read the book together, and then afterwards, we are going to go over the layers. I'm calling them the layers of the summary. This is the outline I have chose today is called the 5Ws 1H outline. And I feel like this one really helps you to break down every part. And sometimes, by the way, in the story, you're not necessarily going to have an exact when or an exact where, or, whatever the case may be. But you will have something similar to go with that you can plug in and you can use to create your summary. And sometimes, every once in a while, you have to might leave it blank if it just doesn't have anything that can pertain to that. But we always want to try to fill in every blank because it will just make it easier for us when we are starting to create our own summaries. Okay. So let's go ahead and read the book aloud, and then I will let you break it to your groups. There should be a little square piece of paper on your desk, and that will say what group you're going to be in. We're going to have 5 different groups of 4 today, since there is 20 of y'all, and all 20 of you are here. So let's get started. I want everybody to clear everything off your desk except for this packet, okay? Everyone in Sam's family could do something special, everyone but Sam. And I want to say too, before I get started getting this book, that if you want to grab you a piece of paper and write down any information that you hear in this that might be important, you think, or who this story is going to be about, that would be great, because that's going to help when you get into your groups in a minute to fill out this outline chart. So it is up to you, but if you want to, that would really benefit you in just a few minutes. Sam's sister played the piano. Sam loved to watch her fingers fly over the keys. But when Sam sat down to play, it wasn't the same. You must have stone fingers, Sam. Okay, now that we have almost finished the book, let's do the last 2 pages, and then we are going to go through and talk a little bit about what we have read. Sam's family thought that being able to paint was something special, and so did Sam. So, has anybody ever enjoyed painting, doing any kind of artwork? A lot of you. I've always enjoyed that myself too. I've never been really good at it, but I've always enjoyed doing it. So that is good. I love that story. I think that is such a cute one. And it really shows that it's important to be a good friend. I know that's not really what we're learning about today, but in the story, it shows where his friends were kind of rude to him in the beginning, and then now they are being nice to him after, he's gotten good at something. And that's really not the way we want to treat our friends anyway. And Sam was a good friend the whole time in the story. And it's really important to remember that it's always important to be a good friend to somebody and to treat people how you want to be treated. So that's always something important besides what we're learning today to remember. But anyways, back to what we're learning. Okay, so there should be a square on your desk that has a number of 1 through 5. So we're going to break into groups, get somewhere in the room. There's a couple tables I have set up where you can push your desk together or wherever. Just get somewhere in the room that you're going to be able to write. I have outline charts that one person from the group needs to come up at the table and pick up. On the summary outline, I have wrote down who, what, when, where, and why, and how. Okay? So we're going to go over real quick where I can explain to you kind of what this means, where you will understand what to put in each spot. So also, when we're filling this out, it might be easier for you to do bullet points beside these, which is perfectly fine. Whichever is easier for you. I would suggest bullet points because you could put, if you have more than one, which some of them you might have more than one answer, and it'll be easier when you're getting your outline together to make your own summary, okay? So the who is going to be what? The main character. So the main character of the story. And we're going to do that one together. Who is the main character we were talking about in the story? Who is the main person of the story that we were reading a while ago? Sam. Sam was our main character. So when you get in your groups, you're going to write Sam is the main character. We're not going to add the other characters. They were not the main character because they were not talked about as much as Sam. Sam was talked the most about, so he is going to be the main character of the story. So you're going to go down and y'all are going to write down what you think needs to go into each spot. If you don't know, just do your best because we're going to go over it as a class in a minute. And then we will make sure that everybody understands who, what, when, where, and why, and how before we write our own personal summary. Okay? Okay, so I have gave y'all some time. So I'm going to call on different people from different groups. I need at least one answer from every group. And we are going to write down and fill out my chart to make sure we're all on the same page about what is going on. So we said that Sam, am I right, was the main character of the story. I'm going to write down, oh, my marker's going out. Sam. So Sam was the main character of the story, okay? So what is the next question? What was the story about? Group 2. I'm actually going to have to write this in a different color. Yes. Well, yes. So you don't have to put something as long as that, but what you can say, we will take from what you said. We're just going to kind of summarize what you said. So we're going to say that, okay, we're going to quickly go over this. So I had to change markers because my marker was going out. But we have went over and we have said who was the main character of the story, and it was Sam. What? And that was meaning what happened in the story, what was going on. And so Sam was not good at anything that he tried throughout the story. Painting was fun to Sam, and he figured out that he was good at it, okay? So it's important to list both of those bullet points because they are both main parts of the story. We can't list one and not list the other because both of them are the main ideas of the story, okay? So when, and like I said in the beginning, that sometimes there's going to be one that might not all the way make sense. Like we put during the day, all day long, Sam went through and was trying to find something that he was good at, and he eventually found it at the end of the day. But we're just going to put during the day, all day long. With different stories, you're going to be able to tell, like a certain maybe date or day and time. But with this certain story, we just kind of have a brief, which is during the day, all day long, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. So the where is going to be Sam's house. Sam's house, he was there all day, or on his property is what it seemed that he was there playing. They were playing baseball and different kind of things, and so Sam was at his house. The why is going to be Sam wanted to be good at something, but everything he tried, he wasn't. Then he discovered painting from his mom's artwork. So I put the he discovered painting from his mom's artwork, but it could also, the why could also be part of the how, because in the how is he found painting as a hobby and was good at it. So we probably could leave out that he discovered painting from his mom's artwork and put that in our how, because why did it happen and how did it happen? And so we found out that because Sam wasn't good at anything he tried, um, he had went to his mom the how, and he had just happened to see that she was needing help with the painting, and he had made his comment, and he discovered that he was good at the painting, and so did his family. Okay, so this is a really good way, I feel like, to plug in and create your own summary. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take just a couple minutes and we are going to independently, so you're going to be doing it on your own. Do not be copying nobody's paper. I want you to create your own summary. Okay? So it shouldn't take you too long, because you can just go through the outline. You can use my outline or you can use your group's outline. We went through everybody's, and pretty much everybody's was around the same idea. So I had walked around. I didn't really find anybody that just had a wrong answer. So any of the outlines you pick are fine to go by. We are going to create our summary. Remember that you did write, some people was writing on the sheet of paper as we were writing, or as we were reading the story, and that would be great to get out to use as extra help while you're writing your summary. Make sure to include all of these parts into your summary, okay? The most important beginning of the summary, what are you needing to make sure to include? Sam. Sam, we have got to make sure that we include Sam because he is the main person of the story. Okay, so you can just go through and plug in everything that you need to. I'm going to take those summaries up as a grade today. As we go through the week, we are going to be learning more about summaries, and we're going to have some tests on summaries at the end of the week to see exactly what we've learned and stuff. But as you go through and write your summaries, I'm going to walk around and you can ask me any questions that you may have. Just try your best. Don't be nervous. The main thing is to always try to ask yourself these questions while you're writing the summary, because in some kind of way, they're always going to plug into each other. Okay. Okay. I'm going to walk around and see what y'all have.